Let us down.
You pitching products today, Tristan?
Yeah, it's all like advertisement ads. Like, on Instagram it says like pound ad. No, my water is in the training room. So never turn your back on hydration. Remember that, kids. Stay in school.
Oh, I hydrate a lot.
New face.
Yeah, I'm an old head though.
Oh, okay.
This is my first time getting out of this.
Okay, sure.
I do want to talk about last night's game, but it was something interesting that you had said earlier during the preseason about those 1, 2, 3 possessions that can change it around for losing teams, and those are the things that they have to watch out for. There wasn't a situation last night, but talk to us again about, this team learning those aspects of the game.
It was close though.
It was close.
It was close. We had a couple possessions that we could have. We got about 4 possessions that we could have that were on us, mental errors. But thank God that we built up a good enough lead and forced them to take some very long contested threes that worked in our favor. So, but the key is to learn, right? With every game or anything in life, there's always a learning lesson. I think yes, it's good to get the first win on the road, especially in Portland. But there's a lot of areas that we could be better at, and we have to be better at, especially tomorrow against a Utah team. A very good.
My last question: what do you think about the Kings' defense? I know it looks separate there at times and stuff, but
yeah, no, we were really good in the first half. Third and fourth quarter, they scored I think 36 points both of those quarters. Also, you got to give the Portland Trailblazers credit. They got 2 All-Stars with Dame and CJ that can score in bunches. And for them, it's a home game for them, so they're going to be very aggressive. So they made a lot of plays, but I think a lot was on us. And they put us in a position where we're not used to being in, being up on the pick and rolls, forcing our low man to be there to tag and take the big. So that was something that we can learn from. Tomorrow's game's be a little bit different with Mike Conley coming up to pick and rolls. He's not as much of a dynamic scorer behind a three-point line like Dame, where the bigs can get back to Gobert. So it'll be a good test for us because I think it's probably this Utah team is probably the furthest ahead of all teams in the NBA right now in terms of continuity and chemistry. And they're probably the best team as of right now in our league, just because they have that, they know each other, they've been around, they're all healthy. So it'll be great for us.
Tristan, is there almost like a feeling in a way where, no one wants to take away the win from you guys, but the way that went, you almost want you guys to kind of treat it like a loss?
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. Treat it like a loss in terms of, don't get too excited about it because there's a lot of areas that we could be better. But also, if Norman Powell makes that shot, he had 2 great looks. If he makes one of those, they're up. I think they're up 2 at that point. So, or they're up 1. So, we got to understand that, during the course of the season, you're going to get your fair share of wins where you feel like you could have lost that game. But the key is that you learn from that so that you don't put yourself in that position again.
What with Utah, the way they funnel everything to Rudy?
To Gobert, yeah.
Yeah. What is that going to change things for you guys offensively?
No, I think it's the key is us bigs. We're gonna have to set good screens, and the guards are gonna have to bring their guards into the screens. Like you said, they funnel everything to Gobert. So with us bigs, get out early. Guys get to the boxes and corners to force Gobert to make a decision whether he's gonna give up the floater to our guards or try to block the shot and then get the late dump-off pass or the wraparound pass for the bigs to score. So I think we got to get downhill, set a good screen, force it to be a 2-on-1 action, and make Gobert make a decision. He's 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, so we know what he can do in terms of covering a lot of space. But we got to put him in a position where he's got to, guess and question whether or not he wants to take the guard's floater away or let the big score.
Tony was asking about stealing possessions. Is last night's game a good example that those possessions can be stolen in the first quarter or the second quarter, versus later, and also a reminder that you have to stay locked in on all those details for 48 minutes?
Yeah, no, of course. In the first half, I think Portland, they were a little more relaxed. They weren't as aggressive, and I think it's just a lot of their guys didn't play preseason together. I think they were trying to figure out their rhythm and their chemistry. And we took advantage of that. We stole a lot of possessions in the first half, which helped us in the fourth quarter when we went, 7 possessions without getting a bucket or getting into the free throw line. So in the course of the game, those opportunities where you can jump on a team and get those possessions, you got to take full advantage of that, especially with us being at home tomorrow. The crowd's going to be electric. Guys are going to be excited. Everyone's going to have a good home-cooked meal tonight, so we got to be ready to throw the first punch.
Two more questions, please. Just the way that you guys played and the way that your preseason and your training camp played, do you think the carryover was there that you guys were hoping for?
Yeah, Rico's been talking about stacking days every day, and I think guys being locked in training camp and the preseason, coming with that killer instinct and throwing the first punch mindset helped us last night. You saw that in the first half with us. Now it's on us to continue that for 48 minutes, especially against a good ball club like this.
Last question.
For sure, the Kings uniform playing in front of the building was good. Outside of the playing front of the crowd, after hearing how loud it was in Portland.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited that the fans are allowed to back in. The preseason against the Lakers, the crowd was electric. It was a great turnout. So I'm excited, be out there tomorrow where it's a home opener. I know the energy's going to be high. Everyone's going to be feeling good. Hopefully knock down enough shots and get us a win at home.
How cool is it for you to?
Last question, guys.
And do you know how much you're being embraced by this city already, and how nice is that to come to a new environment and have everybody kind of embrace you that way?
No, it's always a great feeling. At the end of the day, for me, I just punch the clock in and just want to work hard and just grind every day and just do whatever I can to help this team win and help this team get to a place where everyone wants to be and what the goal is for this season for us. So, I appreciate the Kings fans and everyone, the loyal ones that are embracing me and making me feel involved. And I appreciate it a lot. And I'm gonna go out there every night and leave it all on the line and give them what they deserve.